O Allah, you are peace, and from you comes peace. Blessed are you, O owner of majesty and honor.
This is low. Slave traders, wherefore art thou slave traders? Deny thy name and take up thy brethren as slaves. If not by name, would thy not still be your brothers and sisters? 'Tis by name are we separated. What is Libya but good people? It is no mountain, no desert, no forest, no shore. It is a name that people who settle there call it. If called anything else,
Would it not be as sweet?
Libya is in the heart. A true Libyan would know this and would not allow what's going on. Africa is your people, yet heinous groups among you capture migrants and sell them as cattle for the fight for land. You are one and the same to us all, brothers and sisters, when borderless. But this falls on deaf ears. Wherefore art thou, Libya? Come back and stop slavery. This is found in Libya. Video 31.
See, Libya was at a promising state. If you went to college, it was free, if you got what it takes. If you got married, the government would pretty much buy you a place. Gaddafi wanted to raise the stakes. He wanted African currency, backed by gold. See, Libya was moving out of foreign power control, and the powers that be, they didn't like that. So the rebels, they were in the uproar. Gaddafi regime was over for sure. If you like these troops, come back over for more. Will the owner of a black Honda please remove your car? Okay, sorry, now back to Libya. Somebody changing the score. Backroom meetings leading to higher ups living lavish. Yup. Some things are getting arranged like a marriage, but who knows? There's a 100-year truce that ended like a phone contract with kudos. And all the while, somebody got these migrants cooped up, but it's not a car with two doors.
See, they nailed the general to a cross for their own reasons.
But now the revolution is curbside, because one of those nails is stuck in the wheels of revolution. Free the migrants.
So the scenario is, we got migrants coming from all over Africa and even the Middle East. They hop on a truck provided by smugglers and they drive them all the way across the Sahara Desert. So now they got all these people being staged in a certain part of Libya and they don't know where to go. So they're held there. Then finally, if they're lucky enough, they actually get onto the boat. And in between all of this, they got other mercenaries trying to kidnap them. Slavery, torture, being detained by the Libyan government. These are all possibilities. And none of them lead to them going back home. May Allah have mercy on my brothers and sisters out there. So, should we forget about this? No. And the blame is not to be placed on all of Libya or all Libyans. I don't play that game. It seems on these Muslim lands, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lays an incumbent on the people to free the bonded slaves, and how great an honor it is whenever possible. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful.
Surah 5, verse 89. Surah Al-Maid. Allah will not call you to account for what is void in your oaths, but He will call you to account for your deliberate oaths. For expiation, feed then indigent persons, on a scale of the average for food of your families, or clothe them, or give a slave his freedom. Sadaqallah, Sadaqallah Adeem.
Now picture, for a sec, you're an immigrant leaving a war-torn country or a corrupt government. Now all you know is to get out.
So you travel miles and miles for your parents and child, tired of your government lies. You do whatever it takes. Food wrapped in foil, praying that your plans don't get spoiled. Trying to be with the royals, trying to set your feet knee deep in European soil. It's a land of opportunity is what it boils, or so they say. and somebody say that they could take you that way, but you gotta have thousands of dollars. Oh my Lord, and you do this for your future. Oh my God. And of course, you gotta stand being in a packed truck for weeks, sharing sheets, then hop on a boat trying to reach the Italian beach. And don't speak, it's getting scary. Officials coming. You gotta stay quiet like a library. Mama, they're calling us refugees. How did they end up here? They're trying to dead us. These whips sting and they won't let up. My friend beside me and she won't get up. How come they just won't help us? How come the world just gonna forget us? How come they torture me? I wanna see my family. They're really important to me. I wanna see my family. They're really important to me. I wanna see my family. They're really important to me.
And if they do make it to the boat, there's no telling whether the boat's gonna capsize. But flashback, in point form, the Arab Spring, coups, protests, the regime of Muammar Gaddafi falls, foreign governments involved, big surprise. Muammar wailing, my sons, why have you done this to me, my sons? Tragic, power shifts, failing government states. Militias formed, tribes beefing, that had 100-year truce broken. Piles and piles of immigrants from all over Africa crossing to get to Europe. These are the seeds that sowed this abysmal situation. But slavery, oh Allah Azza wa Jal, the slavery. What to do? Men and women who look like me from all over Africa put through such torment for cheap labor. Whether the decision is situational to put the darker skinned Africans through bondage again and again, this deed is done. In closing, Libya, the mighty force of Muslim Africa, where water channels in such optimistic ventures as an African dollar backed by gold was spearheaded by General Muammar Gaddafi, have become legend.
So Muammar Gaddafi had his tyrant ways. We can never forget that. But there was a point in Libya's past where they were very promising and things were going at a good pace. But a dictator is a dictator.
And yet, the heartbeat still exists of a promising time. But it starts by freeing the migrants. Libya. Wherefore art thou, Libya? Free the slaves and regain your identity. This is found in Libya. If we have done any good, it is by Allah's grace. If we have misguided or done wrong, we have adhered to the whispers of the shaitan. This is low.